Hello and welcome, dear aspirants, to another high-yield explainer from Rungta IAS Academy. Let's dive straight in, shall we? Today we're targeting a highly probable topic for your GS Paper 3 Environment syllabus. We'll be unpacking a truly fascinating biological rediscovery, one that perfectly intersects biodiversity, geography, and the rising trend of citizen science.
Absolutely. And to hook your attention right off the bat, I just want you to think about this number, 110. That is the staggering 110-year gap between the very first recording of this particular species and its recent rediscovery. For your prelims, keeping track of the timeline when such a long-lost species resurfaces is an absolutely vital fact to remember.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover this 110-year rediscovery, profile the specimen itself, examine its link to freshwater ecosystems, discuss the citizen science aspect, and finally, look at the mains and interview applications.
Let's get right into it with Section 1, 110-year rediscovery. Now, we really need to look closely at the geographical specifics here, especially for those potential map-based questions the UPSC loves. Back in 1914, this insect was first described in the erstwhile Abor Hills area. Fast forward to October 2024, and the rediscovery happened at Daban, right in the Changlang district of Arunachal Pradesh. That actually represents a pretty significant 600-kilometer shift to the east. So please, make sure you mark Changlang district clearly on your mental maps.
Moving on to Section 2, profiling the specimen.
Okay, for your notes, please pay close attention to the scientific name of this incredibly rare dragonfly. It's called Gynacantha khasiaca. Take a look at its two compound eyes. It's fascinating. Each one contains thousands of tiny lenses and photoreceptor clusters. This gives the insect near 360-degree vision. And furthermore, it's got this incredible evolutionary adaptation where it has the ability to stay completely still right in midair.
Right, so the really crucial point here for your prelims is its distribution. Beyond just Arunachal Pradesh, this long-tailed duskhawker has actually been documented in Assam, Maharashtra, Meghalaya, Uttarakhand, and West Bengal. So whatever you do, do not assume it's endemic only to the northeast. You've got to memorize this specific pan-Indian distribution so you can confidently tackle any of those tricky statement-based questions.
All right, Section 3, Freshwater Ecosystems and Odonata.
As you well know, the UPSC rarely asks about a species in isolation, right? They always want to link it to macro-level environmental concepts. And that brings us to the order Odonata, which comprises both dragonflies and damselflies. So why are they in your syllabus? Well, simply because they are critical indicators of freshwater ecosystem health. They serve a really important dual role as both predators and prey within the aquatic food web. Basically, a healthy Odonata population means a healthy water body.
Let's look at the numbers. Globally, the Odonata order comprises 6,442 species across 693 genera. Narrowing it down, India is home to 504 species and 27 subspecies. And notice how Arunachal Pradesh alone accounts for 110 of these species. Now, I strongly instruct you to rote learn these specific global genera and Indian subspecies numbers. We've seen it time and again. The Commission loves to create prelims trap questions just by tweaking these exact figures.
Next up is Section 4, Citizen Science and Habitat Protection.
Now this part is where we gather some really excellent fodder for your mains GS Paper 3 arguments, especially regarding community participation. You see, this rediscovery wasn't just done by traditional institutional researchers. It was a collaborative citizen science effort. The team included Mahesh R. from Kerala, Rajesh Gopinath from Karnataka, Gaurav Joshi from Uttarakhand, and quite notably, Roshan Upadhyaya, who is actually a local policeman from Arunachal Pradesh. They managed to confirm this finding through photographs taken right there in the presence of the Namdapha National Park and Tiger Reserve Forest staff. It's truly a fantastic example of collaboration.
And this collaborative effort, which was published in the Journal of Threatened Taxa, leads us to a really vital conclusion. As the authors themselves stated, and honestly you can and should quote this directly in your mains answers, the finding has underscored the need for continued monitoring and habitat protection in India's easternmost state. Using that quote perfectly anchors a formal argument on exactly why active, localized habitat protection is absolutely non-negotiable in the fragile eastern Himalayas. Finally, we reach Section 5, Mains and Interview Application. As future administrators, it is absolutely crucial that you synthesize all this factual data into a mature perspective, especially for the UPSC personality test. So, we want to leave you with this provocative question to ponder. How does the rediscovery of an indicator species by citizen scientists fundamentally reshape our approach to habitat protection? I want you to really think about decentralized conservation, the vital role of everyday citizens like Roshan Apadaya, and the power of interstate collaboration. Reflect on this holistically, dear aspirants. Keep studying hard, stay focused, and we will see you in the next explainer.